The Sunshine State's Governor Ron DeSantis ignores his critics, signing a bill he says will protect parents and their young children. Our Miami correspondent Leonardo Feldman has the story.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis hit back at critics by signing the Parental Rights in Education bill that bans instruction of sexual orientation and gender identity from kindergarten to third grade.
I don't care what corporate media outlets say. I don't care what Hollywood says. I don't care what big corporations say. Here I stand. I'm not backing down.
Critics call it the Don't Say Gay bill, and on Sunday, Oscar host Wanda Sykes took aim at it directly, saying, "For you people in Florida, we're going to have a gay night."
If the people who held up degenerates like Harvey Weinstein up as exemplars and as heroes and as all that, if those are the types of people that are opposing us on parents' rights, I wear that like a badge of honor.
President Joe Biden tweeted in opposition to the newly implemented law, saying, quote, "Every student deserves to feel safe and welcome in the classroom. Our LGBTQI plus youth deserve to be affirmed and accepted just as they are. My administration will continue to fight for dignity and opportunity for every student and family in Florida and around the country." The governor of Oregon, Kate Brown, also joined others in criticizing Florida.
In Oregon, we say gay. Oregonians are welcoming of our LGBTQIA community members. We want to make sure that Oregon is a safe, inclusive, and welcoming place for all.
The new law also prohibits children from receiving healthcare services, health screenings, or questionnaires without parental consent. Back to you.
All right, Leo Feldman, thank you very much for that report. Let's welcome in now our panelists for a reaction. Here with us, Turning Point USA contributor, founder and president of the Douglas Society, Rob Smith. Also with us, president of the Red Renaissance PAC, Kim Klacik, alongside writer with the Post Millennial and Seattle talk radio host, Ari Hoffman. Great to see our panelists today. And Kim, let's start with you. As a mother, what do you think of this Florida bill?
I think it's a great bill. Look, I have a 5-year-old daughter. She's in kindergarten. As soon as I heard about this bill, I thought my daughter could be caught up in something like this. Third graders and under are not talking about their sexuality. It's just not a conversation that they're having. The same reason that I have parental controls on my daughter's tablet is because we don't want our kids exposed to this before they're ready to even, understand it. And so I think it's up to the parents. And I have to say, I am very proud of the fact that I got to stand by many parents in Loudoun County, Virginia, that were fighting the same fight just 2 years ago. And I think this is a fight that we're going to see across the country, but I do think it's going to help that red wave coming up in November.
Rob, during the Academy Awards, whether you caught it or not there, three of Hollywood elites, if you will, I believe a few of the hosts of the program Sunday evening, kind of pushed on Florida. Actually, specifically, they called out Florida and saying gay, 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 gay during the Academy Awards to those specifically in Florida. They're the three there. Your take on that and Hollywood getting involved in Florida politics, really politics in general?
Yeah, well, you have to understand that there's something bigger going on here, right? So Florida is getting redder by the day. It's becoming a very Republican state, thanks in part to a lot of the very bold decisions that Governor Ron DeSantis made during COVID, right? These were not decisions that were very obvious or popular at the time, but he made them and they ended up being the right decisions. And so now all of these Hollywood Democratic elites know that if Governor Ron DeSantis decides to make a play for the presidency, he'll be a very strong candidate. So what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to kind of like gin up this anti-Florida sentiment by lying about this bill. And so what they do is that the alphabet soup activist organizations named this the quote-unquote Don't Say Gay bill. Gay is not in this bill at all. They sort of hide the fact that this bill is literally about children ages 5 to 9. There are no LGBTQIA plus whatever kids that are between 5 to 9. It's absolutely ridiculous. So the mainstream media and Hollywood sort of launders the lies from these activists, and then they push it out on a world stage. So that is what's going on right here. This is not so much about the LGBT, anything like that. This is more about people sort of standing up and trying to make Florida, and by extension, Governor Ron DeSantis, the enemy going into a midterm year and especially going into election year in 2024, because there's a lot of Republican policymakers and leaders like himself that are going to be using this as sort of a baseline for things that they're going to do.
And of course, as you pointed out, this impacts students grades kindergarten through third grade. You just can't have those conversations in the classroom.